In this episode of Dreamy Travel Story, we take the free ferry to Staten Island. Beautiful views of New York and that famous lady. We also explore more of the creative New York City, beautiful art and amazing architecture, and everything for free. Add John Lennon and some craft beer to it and you have the perfect New York City day.
Hi, I'm Maria.
And I'm Giorgio.
And this is Dreamy Travel Story.
Dreamy Travel Story!
So we're going to Staten Island today. Ferry is free. We are going just to Staten Island and then we're coming back to Manhattan because we have so many things to do and we don't really have time to explore Staten Island this time. We were thinking it's anyway nice to go on the ferry because you can see the Statue of Liberty.
I'm hiding here because I've got vertigo.
The world's largest Dalecarlian horse can now be admired in Manhattan, New York. The painted Dalecarlian horse adorns a large house facade in the hip and trendy Broome Street area on the Lower East Side of New York. A Dalecarlian horse, or Dala horse, or in Swedish Dalahäst, is a traditional carved, painted wooden statue of a horse originating in the Swedish province of Dalarna. On October the 5th, 2019, the contemporary painter and street artist Shai Dahan completed the mural that has been measured to be 18 meters high. For me, as a Swede, it was incredible to see this giant beautiful Dalahäst mural in New York City.
Vessel, the extraordinary centerpiece of Hudson Yards, is a spiral staircase, a soaring new landmark meant to be climbed. This interactive artwork that opened in 2019 was imagined by Thomas Heatherwick and Heatherwick Studio as a focal point where people can enjoy a new perspective of the city and one another from different heights, angles and vantage points. Comprised of 154 intricately interconnecting flights of stairs, almost 2,500 individual steps and 80 landings, the vertical climb offers remarkable views of the city, the river and beyond.
I am now in the vessel and I'm here alone because Giorgio is scared of heights and he started to feel like on the first floor that he was really shaky and he said I can't do it. So I went down alone, unfortunately. This building vessel is very cool. You have an amazing view, the architecture is spectacular. There are skyscrapers around. It is definitely something you should do and it's free. You only have to book online a time slot. Book your time. We booked this like last week, maybe 1 week ago. And the weather is amazing. It's like blue sky, sun. It was a perfect day to do this. see Jojo. I feel a bit sorry for him that he couldn't experience this thing, but yeah, he felt really like he could definitely not enjoy it.
And I'm back. So I skipped the vessel just because I'm a little bit afraid of heights. Yeah, a little bit. And this thing is much more doable for me. So we are just at the end, or at the beginning, of the High Line, which is 30 minutes walk on the old railway. So they took off the rail and they made a really long garden, and now we're going to explore it. So actually, here they left one rail.
Let's follow the rail.
The High Line is both a non-profit organization and a public park on the west side of Manhattan. Built on a historic elevated rail line, the High Line was always intended to be more than a park. You can walk through gardens, view art, experience a performance, all while enjoying a unique perspective on New York City. It's free and open to all. The High Line is now one continuous 2.33 kilometers long greenway featuring more than 500 species of plants and trees. Here is Simone Lee's brick house, a 16-foot tall bronze bust of a black woman. The title comes from the term for a strong black woman who stands with the strength, endurance and integrity of a house made of bricks. High Line was founded in 2009 and continues every year to commission and produce artworks on and around the High Line. It has since become a global inspiration for cities to transform unused industrial zone into dynamic public spaces. I Think Outside My Box is a global community studio, gallery and collection of more than 30,000 works. It was founded by David Everett Carlson in 2011. They stand as a document to freedom of expression from over 100 countries and more cultures. It is the longest-running, most frequented public engagement activity on the High Line. Here you make the art.
One of our favorite street artists, Eduardo Kobra, has painted over 3,000 murals on 5 different continents. You find several of his works here in New York City. One of them is this amazing mural of Mother Teresa and Mahatma Gandhi.
Here you can see Lubena Himid's artwork 5 Conversations. 5 reclaimed wooden doors from traditional Georgian townhouses painted with portraits of women. Her art focuses on themes of cultural history and reclaiming identities. We love the subway art in New York City. Here is Yoko Ono's mosaic mural Sky. You can find it in 72nd Street subway station close to the Strawberry Field. Our favorite New York City subway art must be this. An installation by the artist Tom Otternest called Life Underground. In January 2019, Evil Twin Brewing opened their first brewery in Ridgewood, Queens. We are lucky because they opened a tap room at the same location on October 2nd, 2019, while we were here in New York City. This is definitely one of our favorite breweries in the world. This one smells so good. And we really like the names of the beers. For example, New York is a great place to visit, but I would never want to live there. It's so quiet and peaceful walking across the Brooklyn Bridge. These drinks are so expensive, do I have to tip? Why don't we just take the subway to JFK instead? Scusa ma parlo solo un po' di macaron coconut.
We love these names.